The campground is set to open in Babbitt this May. And a word of caution from the DNR as winter carries on. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Minnesota, where the state is leading in new volunteer rainfall monitor numbers. The Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network, or COCO-RAS, is hosting a March Madness volunteer drive through the end of the month. The goal is to get 600 new members, and Minnesota is in the lead with nearly 500. Volunteers are required to have internet access and their own rain gauge. We'll have a link to sign up on our website. Next, we head to Babbitt, Minnesota, where a new campground is opening this May. The 22-acre campground will feature 49 campsites for RVs and tents. The complex is at Birch Lake Recreation Area, which also has a developed swimming beach, boat launch, and picnic area. The campground will be connected to the new Prospector Loop ATV trail system and will eventually connect to the paved Mesabi Bike Trail. Funding for the project came from the IRRB, the City of Babbitt, state bonds, and other entities. We'll have a link to more information on the new campground on our website. And we wrap up in Wisconsin tonight, where the DNR is asking residents to not feed the deer as cold weather persists. While people may be worried about deer during these harsh conditions, they say leaving out food does more harm than good. Deer are adapted to survive in winter conditions, and their metabolism slows in colder months to do so. Corn and other feed are not a part of their natural winter diet, and eating these can cause health issues and even death. In addition to getting sick, it might encourage deer to congregate and increases the risk for disease transmission. We'll have other ways you can support the deer population on our website. And as always, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland, city